Moments after Burlington City Council failed to pass a vote calling for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, hundreds of people at the meeting began protesting, with many starting chants and forcing the council into a recess. Now, some of last night's protesters say they're working on new plans to support the end of the war, while council members are trying to come up with new resolutions to condemn hate. ABC 22's Matt Holderman was at that meeting last night. He caught up with some protesters and city councilors today. He is live right now outside City Hall. Matt?
Yeah, Lauren, that's right. And for everyone who's not really caught up on everything that happened last night, it was a very busy night in the Contoys Auditorium, to say the very least. City Council ended in a 6-6 tie in their vote to call for a ceasefire in Gaza, and that was after hearing nearly 3 hours worth of public comments, mostly from people who wanted them to pass that resolution. But the moment it failed, chaos ensued, and a day later there are still strong emotions.
The motion fails and the resolution does not pass. We will go on to, I'm sorry, hey, calm down.
The moment Burlington City Council members voted to not call for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war, hundreds of people in attendance, the majority of them pro-Palestinian, began protesting and yelling at the council members.
It was extremely upsetting, and it was just like this guttural reaction from everyone, just like, boo! Like,
one day removed from the vote, that anger remains for many. They argue the majority of people in Burlington are in favor of a ceasefire and say they think the city could have helped send a message to Washington.
I was disappointed and surprised that 6 members and the mayor lobbying them to reject this resolution.
ultimately, I feel that the council failed to represent the constituents that they're supposed to represent. Nothing about the resolution was explicitly anti-Israel. The resolution itself is just stating that we want a ceasefire in Gaza.
What a lot of people saw is that their voices aren't heard by the city council, which is something that clearly needs to change. It shouldn't even be a conflict. It's about human rights. It's about the safety of the people.
For some councilors who voted no, they thought the resolution was divisive and don't think it's Burlington's place to get involved in a national issue. That includes Councilor Ben Travers, who submitted one of the final 3 and ultimately decisive no votes.
I received hundreds of messages over the weekend from constituents expressing legitimate concerns. Those legitimate concerns have been faced with rhetoric that I think is really unfortunate. You know, calling these folks racists and white supremacists. And that kind of rhetoric is divisive to our community. It's creating a controversy here in our community that I don't think at a time that we should be coming together. And really, because of that rhetoric and because of that division, this was not a resolution that I could support.
While councilors work towards forming new agenda items that could condemn hate, many of those in attendance Monday night say they will continue spreading their message and hope to have a vote for an apartheid-free Burlington on the ballot for town meeting day.